SAP R3 Replication Server, real-time data integration for SAP HANA. This video shows you the configuration and replication features. What are the benefits of LT Replication Server? It allows the real-time and scheduled data replication from sub-sources and non-sub-sources into your HANA environment. In addition, there's the ability included to transform data during your replication in real time. The LT Replication Server supports sub-releases starting with 4.6c onwards. What are the scenes of this video? So we have a 3-tier landscape, the source system, the LT Replication Server, and the HANA system. In the first scene, we configure the LT Replication Server to set up a connection to the other systems. For this, you access the system and type in LTR for the transaction to access the WebDynPro of the LT Replication Server. Now you have to create a new configuration. There you can define a schema name and the number of replay jobs. In the second step, you connect the source system. For a subsystem, you have to define here the RFC connection. If you choose a non-sub source, you'd have to define the database connection. The third step, you connect to the HANA system via the username, the password and the host name, and the instance number. Afterwards, you define the replication mode, in this case real time, and create the configuration. You can access your configuration. There you have several options. You see your jobs and connections, the triggers in the source system, statistics, and the properties you defined. There you can also change it. In the second scene, we start the initial load and the replication for table BSEG. This will be done in the HANA system. Afterwards, it automatically transfers the data from the source into the HANA environment. We access the SAP HANA Studio first. Automatically, the LT Replication Server defines there a new schema with the same schema name, demo_LDH. To start the replication, we go to the data provisioning UI and select the system for the source. There we see the DD tables are still in replication and we can start the replication for our table BSEG. Select the table and the replication will be started. This means first an initial load will be performed and afterwards the replication will be started. So the replication is scheduled. Then the initial load will be performed. We will refresh. You see the initial load is in process. And afterwards the replication will be in process. So this means the initial load was finished. So we can access the BSEG table and have a look at the content. So these are all the entries from the source system. Also we can have a view on the definition of the table. There you can also see the numbers of records. So we see here it's a large table, and now when we in the third scene create a new document in the source system, this number of records will increase. So we post there a document in the source system, and this will be then automatically replicated to the HANA system. Access a source system, posting a new document via transaction FB01. So this is then a new document. This leads also into 2 new entries in the BSEG table, and this will be then automatically transferred to the HANA environment via the LT Replication Server. So type in the amount for second time. So this is example data. You see the document was posted, and when we switch back to the HANA environment, go to the definition, we see 2 new entries. The runtime information are added, 2 new records are there. So this was then in real time replicated. Also we have the SQL statement which illustrate only the last fiscal year, only to make this more clear. And we see here the 2 new entries because of our posting with the new amount of euros. So this was the real-time replication. So in the last thing I want to show additional functions, suspend a table from replication. So this means to pause. We create a new document. This will be then still on the source system because the table is in suspend mode. Afterwards, we want to resume BSEG. And this triggers then automatically that the replication will start and the document will be transferred, or the table entry. For this, we go to the data provisioning UI on the HANA side. Select the source system. There are the new buttons, suspend, select the table for suspend, and then we go back to the source system, create there a new document and post this document. This then also leads to 2 new entries in the BSEG table. So we type in here some example data. It was posted in the source, and when we run our SQL statement, there are no new entries. So this means there was no data transferred because of our suspend. Afterwards, we want to set the table back to resume. Now BSEG is back on resume. This triggers then automatically the replication, and when we execute the SQL statement, we see 2 new entries, so because of our posted document on the source system. So you see this works. To summarize, SAP HANA customers have with LT Replication Server a great solution in place to replicate in real time from SAP and non-SAP sources. Thank you for listening.